Throughout the speedrunning community, there are many glitches and methods utilized to compete at the top level of each individual game, with certain glitches being common between games. For example, many speed games have terrible collision and allow runners to perform OOB skips, or over our boundaries skips. This falls into the glitches category. However, some communities have taken things a step further and created categories specifically around what glitches are and aren't allowed to be used in runs. This is most significantly seen in The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 runs are perhaps most famous for their use of the BLJ, or bended leg jerk technique, in which the player bends Mario's legs backwards at an increasing rate so that they jerk with such speed that Mario himself is propelled backwards. As explained in my complete history of speedrunning video, the bended leg jerk technique was such an incredible discovery that it not only made 0-star runs possible, but also helped physicists figure out that such a principle exists in real life as well. Soon after the BLJ was found, physicists discovered a quantifiable rate at which an object's acceleration changes with respect to time, a unit of measurement which was aptly named jerk after the BLJ. More importantly, however, it opened up the gate to speedruns that required the player to walk backwards. As a result, there was a split-off between communities: the 120-star runners and the new backwards speedrunners, who completed the game while having Mario facing backwards the whole time. This Nathaniel Bandy-esque challenge wasn't exclusive to Mario games, however. It eventually spread its way into Ocarina of Time as well, with the no rolls percent. In this category, runners are required to make use of Zelda's backwalking and side hops alone to complete the game, and aren't allowed to run or roll forward for more than 3 seconds at a time. This was actually what led to the creation of the BESS, or the Bomberman Extra Speedy Slip and Slide technique for short. This exploit is a way to move backwards incredibly fast by using the recoil of a bomb explosion, and is a necessity when running the no rolls percent category. However, setting up even a single BESS requires the use of the whooshy finger hold, an amount of precision gained not only from practice, but an innate talent from birth that some people just don't have. This means that this category is incredibly competitive, and nigh impossible to enter for 99.7% of the population, as only those who can prove their ability to perform the best real-time in front of the Zelda Speedrunning Committee are allowed to participate in this category. While these conditions may seem extreme for a community of individuals whose sole goal is to finish their favorite childhood game as fast as possible, it doesn't even come close to the most infamous speedrunning category of all. This category, existing as a natural progression of the previous two, actually extends beyond Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time into virtually all speedrun games, with the main separator being the real-life conditions of the runner. The backwards percent category, just like 100%, exists in nearly every game. Similar to blindfold speedruns, the player cannot look at the screen, and must be facing backwards for the full duration of the run. However, the rules extend beyond just during the run itself. The player must face backwards while submitting the run as well, and while setting up the webcam and capture card. They must have woken up in the morning backwards, laid on their back, gotten out of bed by doing a bended leg jerk off the mattress, and so on. They must have documented proof of always having been backwards, even as early as during their initial conception and birth, with a parental permission slip and official government documentation of the event being signed and given to the moderators. Any players who weren't born facing backwards are deemed eugenically incapable of running this category, leading to its infamous nature. Moderators have gone back and forth on whether or not the category is morally acceptable in current year, and if it should be banned from all leaderboards. However, as is the nature of speedrunning, whether or not something should be done is never the final question, but rather, is it going to save me a few frames?
I'm not an ambi-turner.
It's a problem I had since I was a baby.
I can't turn left.